Welcome to the RANsquawk EU morning briefing for Friday, 28th of August 2009. Just gone through 9 o'clock, so a quick recap of what's happened overnight. In terms of major news flow, coming out of Asia, Japanese core consumer prices fell minus 2.2%. That's the fastest annual pace on record in July. The slide broadened on weak financial demand. Also, the politically sensitive jobless rates in Japan also hit a record high of 5.7%. That of course comes ahead of the Sunday Japanese elections, where they will be looking for a change in the political parties. First time in around 5 decades there in Japan. Elsewhere, most importantly, comments out of the US. Fed's Bullard said that monetary policy is still very accommodative to keep rates near zero for an extended period. He also said that the Fed will shift focus towards the exit strategy as we head into next year. Bullard added it may be possible to taper out the Fed's mortgage-backed security purchases, but no decision on this as yet, so pretty similar to like what we heard from Lacquer yesterday during the US session. Bullard also went on to express the need for better economic numbers, which have been seen so far, then to start talking about possible rate hikes. Bullard also said that it's not very likely that the US Treasury would lose its AAA credit rating. Elsewhere as well, we saw the third and the final of the week's US Treasury auctions. Again, relatively successful, the $28 billion 7-year note auction had a bid to cover of 2.74 above the average and the previous, with indirect still pretty strong, up just over 60%, broadly in line with the last 7-year auction. Looking elsewhere in terms of UK related news, GfK consumer confidence survey for August released overnight came in the same as previous and slightly below expectations at minus 25. British consumer sentiment then remaining unchanged for a third successive month, analysts saying index showing continued signs of caution in regards to the economy by the consumer. And elsewhere, just taking a look where we stand at the moment in equities, we're up just under 1% in the FTSE CAC and DAX at the moment. In terms of the finish on Wall Street, saw a marginal positive move higher, up around 0.25%. Did see likes of Boeing finish up over 8% after they give that reschedule of the 787 Dreamliner, looking for the first flight at the end of this year. So a good performance from them, lead the Dow Jones higher. And also AIG rose over 25%. Speculation that the AIG may benefit from improved relation with the former CEO saw their shares gain for an 8th session. However, some attributed a short squeeze as another reason for their recent upward momentum. Nikkei then in Asia finished up 0.6%, and as mentioned, we're up about the same, if not a little higher, in Europe so far. In particular, the CAC index seeing a slight outperformance. We've seen some pretty stellar earning reports out of Bouygues, their first half sales at 14.9 billion, stronger than expected, and L'Oréal had a first half operating profit of 1.373 billion, stronger than expected 1.29. Allied to Sanofi Aventis, they've been upgraded at JP Morgan to overweight from neutral this morning. Looking ahead then to the calendar, the main focus is going to be, for the morning, will be UK GDP. It's the Q2 prelims, so the first revisions there. Analysts expecting the Q-on-Q to remain unchanged at minus 0.8%. We'll then see the confidence figures out of the Eurozone at 10 o'clock, followed by the Swiss KRF indicator at 10:30. 1:30 today from the US, personal income spending alongside PCE data, and then we'll see the Michigan report just before 3 o'clock London time. That'll be just before 9 o'clock in Chicago.